Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's AEW Dynamite broadcast live on TBS from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In the main event, AEW World Champion Samoa Joe teamed with Swerve Strickland and Brian Cage to defeat the team of Rob Van Dam, Hook, and Hangman Adam Page when Joe put RVD to sleep using the Coquina Clutch. The opening match saw Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley battle FTR to a time-limit draw. A pull-apart brawl ensued after the match. Orange Cassidy successfully defended the international title against Mike Bennett. Also on the show, Daniel Garcia confronted the Patriarchy during an in-ring promo segment. Killswitch and Nick Wayne went after Garcia until a chair-wielding Matt Menard made the save.
Working. Wayne charging right at Garcia, and this is not going to work out well for Nick Wayne. Now Garcia, he's angry, but he's focused on Christian Cage, on the TNT Championship. As he sends Killswitch after Garcia.
The giant Killswitch fixing to get in this ring while he's struggling to get in the ring.
Oh! Daddy Magic, Matt Menard out of nowhere. Oh my God!
And in other results, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Madison Rayne via submission using Toni Storm's break-a-leg finisher. After the match, Storm hit the ring and put Purrazzo in the hold. In more All Elite Wrestling news, the company has hired Jennifer Pepperman to fill the new position of Vice President of Content Development, according to Sports Illustrated. Pepperman is an Emmy-winning TV writer who worked as a member of the WWE creative team from 2017 until just 2 weeks ago. Pepperman would reportedly be in charge of producing content for AEW programming. In WWE, Pepperman was known to be particularly involved in creative for the women's division and had a strong working relationship with Mercedes Varnado, known then as Sasha Banks. In ratings news, Monday Night Raw drew an average viewership of 1.87 million to USA Network, according to WrestleNomics. That's an increase from last week's 1.747 million. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was 0.63, up from last week's 0.56 demographic rating. The episode came in first for the evening on cable TV in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic. In National Wrestling Alliance news, the NWA has struck a new streaming deal with the CW, according to an official announcement yesterday. In addition to new weekly episodes of NWA Power, which have already begun streaming on the CW app, special events such as Paranoia and Hard Times will stream on the app as well, and all content is set to be offered free of charge with no subscription required. The CW app will also reportedly play host to an upcoming reality series to focus on NWA President Billy Corgan, which will spotlight his efforts as both a wrestling promoter and as a frontman for the Smashing Pumpkins. Turning to Japan, All Japan Pro Wrestling presented the first night of the All Japan Excite series yesterday at Tokyo's Korakuen Hall. In the main event, Katsuhiko Nakajima made the fourth defense of the Triple Crown, defeating Jun Saito in 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Dan Tamura also successfully defended the All Japan World Junior Heavyweight title, beating Fuminori Abe. In other selected results, Gaora TV champion Seigo Tachibana retained against Ryo Inoue, and former Triple Crown champion Suwama defeated Hideki Suzuki. And finally, in news from outside the ring, a Ric Flair biopic is in the works, according to an exclusive report from The Wrap. The film is set to be produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's $7 production company. Said Johnson in a statement to The Wrap, quote, "As a kid who grew up in professional wrestling, I idolized the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He was a hero to me, and once I broke into the wrestling business and began to spill my own sweat and blood, my reverence for Rick turned to respect, because I realized just how rare and impossible it is to disrupt the wrestling business culture and truly change the game, and that's exactly what Ric Flair did. This project is personal, and we can't wait to tell his unbelievable story. As always, thank you for the house, Rick." End quote. $7 was also responsible for co-producing the 2019 film Fighting With My Family, starring Florence Pugh as Saraya Knight, who wrestled in WWE as Paige. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The wrestling news can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News Podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.